Hello, human centipedes. I have a new video about Mystery Science Theater, and I thought maybe for the next couple videos I would be doing a spotlight dance on Cinematic Titanic. Now, this is one of two different riffing shows, I guess, that have recently spawned out of Mystery Science Theater. Now, after a few years, Mike Nelson and Kevin and Bill had got back together and started doing first the film crew and then riff tracks. And Joel, Josh Weinstein, Trace Belay, Mary Jo Pehl, and Frank Conniff, they got together too to create their own direct-to-DVD series, Cinematic Titanic. And this is the first one. This is The Oozing Skull. This came out a couple of years ago. Wow, jeez, 2008. Wow. Oh, this is all self-funded by them, by the way. And there's even a little funny joke at the beginning where, you know, hey, don't circulate the tapes. This is us. So, now there's not much given to explanation of why these guys are stuck here riffing. That comes actually in episode 2 of this series. We just see them in silhouette. Now, what's interesting between this and riff tracks is riff tracks, you just hear their voices, whereas Cinematic Titanic does the silhouettes in sort of a ship formation, like they're on the prow of the ship or something like that, looking over this horrible iceberg in film form. And yeah, they're all arranged, and pretty well too, you know, where they're just at the corners, so you don't really, you know, they're not really interrupting the movie. And they also have breaks as well, where Frank has this bit where he brings on like an old jazz musician who's dead, and you know, it never really goes well. And you get to see their various reactions, like Trace gets really disgusted by one of the leading ladies' horrible makeup jobs. This film is like early 70s, and boy, I mean, the makeup is very bad, cheap, early 70s. So there's a funny scene where he gets on a crane and tries to like mop it off. But that's what's interesting is the ripping. They even do breaks with this, by the way. And Oozing Skull is an incredibly horrible, cheap movie, and it is from, I think it's, I can't remember the name of this production company. I'll talk maybe a little bit more about them in the future, but their films are just horrible. They're cheap. They look like, the plot of this film is this president or dictator. You know, this is interesting. He seems like a dictator, but everybody in his country loves him. But, you know, that's what they all say about, that's what dictators always want people to believe. Like, oh, my country loves me. That's why they vote for me in the elections 100%. But anyway, he's supposed to be, I guess, like a good guy. But he is dying. So his people come up with this plan. They hooked up with this mad scientist in America who says, oh, I can totally save him by taking his brain out and putting it in the body of someone younger. Then I'll plastic surgery him up so he looks the same. Oh, yeah, why not? Good idea. So they take him. He actually dies, and they rush his body, wrapped up in tinfoil where it looks like a giant potato. And that gets a lot of jokes, by the way. And the mad scientist lives in like this, I don't know, this kind of average house with a dungeon, and he has a dwarf sidekick and a like horribly disfigured giant stupid guy. So, you know, obviously you trust him with the lead of your country. But anyway, he has evil plans, and, you know, he's trying to, you know, take advantage for himself, and then he puts the brain in the body of the giant dumb guy, and for some reason that makes him a giant dumb guy, even though that's not his brain. He's got his own brain. So I don't know why. That's something I always like in brain switching movies, when they put someone's brain into another body, and that body still affects the guy's thinking. I don't know why that always. Maybe somebody can explain the science of that. Oh, because it always seems confusing to me. It's like, well, no, that's your brain in the body, not someone else's brain. You didn't mix the brains up like Red Skull and Professor Xavier, for an example. Oh, wow, this is funny. The ripping is a little. Let's see. I think they needed a little warming up in this one. The riffing isn't as strong in this one as it was in the next couple of ones, but God, there's just some really good jokes in here. Josh has a wonderful joke about the sound effects during this car crash, where it sounds like the sound effects are really weird. In the scene where these men are screaming or something like that. And he says it sounds like Tarzan and a cat are being shot out of a cannon. And anyway, the jokes are really good. It's a pretty good start. So I will be doing some more cinematic Titanics. I think the next few videos on Mystery Science Theater, I'll be talking about this production. I do recommend it. You can still buy this off the Cinematic Titanic website. I think you can download these or just order the disc. I recommend doing either. I like having the package and stuff like that, so that's what I did. I'm going to give this one 4 RAM chips out of 5. I think it is definitely worth your time. Push the button, Lindsay.